What's up? This is Richie and Jamie from the Where We Wild YouTube channel, and today we're back at Walmart looking for camping gear. But last time we were here, everybody said we don't have a camping section in our Walmart like you guys have. So today, we're gonna show you some useful camping gear you can buy at Walmart that's not in the camping section. Let's check it out, man.
Alright, to start us off, we found a whole aisle of storage bins. If you've watched any of our other videos, you know storage bins are the best way to organize your camping gear. It makes packing the car really easy, and you'll always know where everything is when you're at the campsite.
Now obviously you can run over to the tools section and find pretty much any tool you'll ever need for a job at the campsite, like say a mallet for banging in your tent stakes, for example. But what might not be as obvious is picking up a pair of these earplugs. If you're a light sleeper like I am, and someone's making a little bit too much noise late at night at the campsite, you can throw a pair of these in and fall asleep much easier. Then we came across this little emergency section, which was pretty interesting. They sold these kits with all these survival items that could be great for camping, or at least to store in the trunk of your car for emergencies. Or you can buy everything individually, like these glow sticks, great to have for camping. You can find these in the party section, by the way, even cheaper, just a little tip. Survival meal, I don't know what that's gonna taste like. And even this emergency power station, which is kind of like a crank radio / flashlight, can charge your phone up without any batteries, kind of cool. And hey, speaking of stashing things in the trunk of your car for emergencies, they had a great selection of fire extinguishers, which are always smart to have on a car camping trip.
Another thing that's smart to have is a med kit. They have a bunch of pre-made kits for you to choose from, and of course you can find all of the individual items you would need to make a kit of your own.
They had a great selection of zip ties, which come in handy, carabiners, which are always useful, and pretty much any kind of rope you could possibly think of, ranging from string to twine to thick heavy rope to clothesline rope. Maybe you want to make a clothesline while you're out there. So many different options, including my personal favorite, paracord. This stuff is camping gold. It can be used for so many different things, whether you're working with a tent or a tarp, or maybe you need to just fix a broken boot lace. So many different uses for this stuff, and should always be in your camping bin. And I'll tell you what, this paracord was about half the price of the stuff they sell in the camping aisle. And who can forget about duct tape? That's pretty much a survival tool in itself. So many different uses for it, I couldn't even begin to list them all, but always good to have on you. You're always going to find a use for it.
An aisle over, we found long matches, lighters, and a good selection of fire starting logs, which are always useful for getting any fire started much easier.
Now usually somewhere in the store, sometimes outside in front or back in the home and garden section, you can find a huge pile of firewood for sale. Now some campgrounds don't let you bring your own firewood, so you might want to look into that depending on where you're going. But if they do, this stuff's probably going to be cheaper than the stuff they sell around the campgrounds. If you head over to the travel size section, you can usually find all kinds of interesting things that might be great for camping. Like how about these travel containers, for example? I could think of a bunch of different ways to use these things. Or maybe these soft plastic ones. These would be great for all kinds of condiments like ketchup, mustard, hot sauce, or anything else you want to bring. Also in the travel section, you can find things like Vaseline, for example. Now why would you need Vaseline for a camping trip? Well, if you spread it around on some of these cotton balls, store it in a Ziploc, bring it on out to the campsite, you got yourself a great DIY fire starter. Speaking of fire starters, don't forget about all the food options they have at Walmart, like these Fritos here. Corn chips hold a flame like a candle on account of all the vegetable oil that's in them. So you can take a bag of these out to the campsite and they'll help you get your fire flaming hot. Haha, see what I did there? Now we decided not to go with a lot of food options for this video, even though Walmart usually has some of the best prices around. But we did want to mention boil and bag rice. This is camping gold. It makes so many recipes that much easier to make, so just grab a few boxes, you're always going to use it.
Over in the kitchen section, you can grab yourself a cutting board, which are essential for cooking in the outdoors. They had some really nice ones, but if we had to choose, we'd probably go with this 3-pack. They're lightweight plastic, so they're easy to clean, durable, and won't take up a ton of space in the kitchen bin. Not a bad deal for $9. Over in the cookware aisle, we came across an impressive display of Lodge cast irons. This is by far our favorite way to cook in the outdoors. You can cook just about anything in a cast iron. They're incredibly durable, and if you take care of them, they can last forever. They had different sized skillets, griddles, a pizza pan, and even the coveted Dutch oven, which opens up so many doors for delicious camp recipes.
Now, of course, in the kitchen section at Walmart, you can find great deals on pretty much any type of cooking utensil you could possibly need, like a spatula or a can opener, for example. But over in the grill section, they have a much more heavy-duty type of cooking utensil that'll hold up way better around a campfire. They even had some that were only $1. Now, these probably aren't going to last as long as some of the more expensive ones, but even if they don't, they were only $1. They had heat-resistant gloves, which are always great to have. How about these big squeeze bottles for only $1? Be pretty awesome for pancake mix, wouldn't you say? And then we saw an entire end cap of these refillable lighters and bamboo skewers for $1 each. Now, we found lighters earlier in this video. Remember the price of those? These are way cheaper and will definitely get the job done. These bamboo skewers could come in handy too. And if you're the type that would rather bring a grill out to the campsite, they got all that stuff too. Lighter fluid, fire starters, charcoal, wood chips, anything you could possibly need to fire up that grill and get cooking.
No matter how you decide to cook your meals, you're gonna need something to eat out of. And as we've mentioned in other videos, this is one of the best deals around. These reusable, hard plastic plates, bowls, and cups are exactly what we use when we go camping because they're super durable and they're really easy to clean. Plus, they're 50 cents each. And today, a few of them were only 25 cents each. Now you can't beat that. They also have sets of reusable plastic flatware. For under $2, you get a spoon, fork, and knife, which is way cheaper than the utensils they have in the camping section.
Now, over by all the other coffee makers in the store, we found our 2 favorite ways of making coffee while camping. Number 1, the French press. How many times have you heard us mention that? They even had this small one, which was kind of cool in case you need to make less. They also had our second favorite way of making coffee in the outdoors, the AeroPress. I don't know if you've ever tried one of these, but it makes a great cup of coffee. It's easy to travel with, and cleanup is a breeze. And don't forget about all the other basic essentials you can find at Walmart too, like heavy-duty aluminum foil, which is camping gold, parchment paper, which can come in handy, Ziploc bags for storing your food, or even garbage bags for helping to keep your campsite clean. Speaking of keeping things clean, you can also pick up one of these little dustpans, which are great to have in your camping bin if you have the space. When it's time to pack up and head home, having this simple tool makes it so much easier to get any of the dirt that might have ended up on the floor of your tent during the course of your trip swept out so you can roll up your tent and put it away nice and clean.
When it comes to washing dishes in the outdoors, or even washing yourself for that matter, Dr. Bronner's Pure Castile soap is the one to go with. We get the unscented because it's much better for the environment, and this 32-ounce bottle has lasted us multiple camping seasons.
Over near the pharmacy, you can find these weekly pill planners, which are a great camping hack for transporting all your cooking spices out to the campsite. They had all different kinds to choose from, so just pick whatever one you like best, but this way, you don't have to take along a bunch of big bottles of spices when you go camping. Another cool hack for transporting your cooking spices is to use Tic Tac containers. Now, obviously you gotta eat them first, so enjoy. But after that, just fill them up with your favorite spices and bring them on out to the campsite. Now, you might remember this pool noodle hack from some of our other videos, but if you've never seen it before, you can take brightly colored pool noodles and run your tent lines through them, making them much more visible, padded, and harder to trip over. 98 cents, this is a great deal. You don't need 5 or 6 of them, just get 1 or 2, cut them down to size, run your tent lines through them, makes it way safer for everyone, especially if you have little kids running around.
And finally, if you're looking for a little extra entertainment at the campsite, don't forget about all the games they sell here. They have card games, board games, and everything in between. One of our favorite classics is Rummikub. If you haven't played it before, check it out.
Alright, so there you go. You don't need a big camping section at your local Walmart to find useful camping gear. Some of the stuff was kind of obvious, some of it not so much, but either way, we hope it gave you some good ideas. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, and if you're into this sort of thing, don't forget to hit subscribe. We put a new video out every single week. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Later. if you want to see more videos just like this one, be sure to check out the rest of the Where We Wild YouTube channel, where we post a brand new video every week. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get notified whenever we post a new adventure. Thanks for watching.
See ya.